All right, everyone, time for your humorous story of the day. Apparently, Erica Kirk actually was rankled by this. Jezebel, a few days before Charlie Kirk's death, supposedly hired some witches to curse him through Etsy. There are a laundry list of credibility issues with this basic story, and I can assure you, no evil curse killed Charlie Kirk. A shooter killed Charlie Kirk. And I believe that his plan to engage in this behavior predates the so-called curse set by Jezebel. Anyway, let me tell you something about the occult. I'm an expert in it. I am an expert in the occult in general, and I've studied many, many spiritual subfields. I've edited more than 400 works on the topic. I've written several dozen works on the topic. I don't even know how many I've read other than the ones I've edited, probably 1,000, maybe 2,000. I've lost track long ago. This is not authentic occultism. The kind of witch that you're going to find on Etsy of all places, selling curse work or something like that, lights a black candle, puts some incense in, and says some hoodoo voodoo mumbo jumbo fucking nonsense, and ta-da, you've got a curse. Well, that's not really how curse work works. Just saying, that's not real. It's basically nothing more than let me put it this way. Because Catholicism has been degraded, for example, into ritualism. If you take the ritualism, invert it, make it dark and spooky and stuff, you get Satanism. It's an atheistic path. It's just using the same ritualistic trappings. Dark Wicca, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the curse work, is nothing more than a postmodern version of a modern invention by Gardner and other people, which is like Wicca and its general diaspora. You've got, the main Wiccans, and then you get like hedge Wicca. That's more like herbs and shit like that. So I actually see that as a net positive for the world because at least people are gardening. Cauldrons are cool. And it's kind of crosses over with gothiness and nymphomania, so I don't see anything wrong with naked priestesses. Neither did Gardner, by the way. But the sort of witch you can hire on Etsy of all places, it's the sort of place where you find like votive candles that supposedly have some sort of ritualistic use. They're associated with it due to aesthetics, nothing more. Incense smells good and smoke and stuff like that. Ooh, it's mysterious. It's spooky and stuff. Voodoo shops and stuff like that. Having gone to New Orleans a number of times, they do the same thing. It's spooky stuff. Bones and cauldrons and shit like that. These are all just trappings. And it's an amalgamation of many, many different magical systems, but it's not puristic in form. I guarantee you, and I can do energy work like a boss, Charlie Kirk was not cursed. I don't even know that these witches actually even conducted a ritual. They might have just scammed Jezebel, taken their money, and laughed at them. It's entirely possible. There's this one article right here, link in the description, again, archived, of course, where supposedly one of the witches that cursed Charlie Kirk wants to talk to Erica Kirk. You fucking batshit? Number one, she's not going to actually talk to you. Number two, you sound fucking insane. Number three, the fact that there are actually publications that are running with this as though it's a serious issue. I can assure you, if you want black magic done, you can do it yourself, not outsource it to Etsy. And I don't know why Jezebel was even, I mean, it's Jezebel, so actually I'm not confused about why they would run with such a tall tale. And that's what it is. Because I can tell you that Charlie Kirk was not cursed. I'm sure there are plenty of people that cursed him in names. Fuck Charlie Kirk. He got cursed out on a regular basis. He was not under some sort of evil, malign, dark magical influence. I do not detect that. I would be able to do that. Now, it's a bunch of bullshit. This is hippie-trippy nonsense. This is arguably, again, either Jezebel effectively got scammed by people that didn't even do a goddamn ritual. Or the ritual boiled down to burning a black candle and saying, Charlie Kirk, go away! Charlie Kirk verboten and evil! We must stop the forces of darkness by using black magic. And so I bind thee, Charlie Kirk. It's funny because I remember a bunch of witches were trying to destroy Donald Trump, and what happened is that when somebody shot at him, he turned his head at exactly the right moment. Christians have been interpreting this as the Lord's intervention, by the way. When you engage in, this sort of behavior, the Jezebel cursing Charlie Kirk and stuff, you're giving them actually more energy. So, I mean, congratulations to you. You just made a bunch more tradcons and stuff like that, cottagecore girls. There's nothing wrong with cottagecore girls, just saying. This is all pretend, though. This is like this is like in the Lord of the Flies when they're worrying about like demons and monsters and stuff off in the woods. And really, of course, the symbol is the monsters were themselves. If you've seen the original movie, and if you haven't seen the original movie, you need to go and watch it because really, really entertaining. This is just pretend. This is basically the trappings. I can take, for example, this background, completely redo it. I'd have shelves on the wall with little black candles, and I'd have one of those electric orbs in front of me and some crystals and some spell books and a wand, and I could dress up like I'm, an extra in Harry Potter or something like that. That doesn't make one an occultist. It's fun. It's aesthetically pleasing. I really do like spooky aesthetics myself. If I had my way, I'd have a giant fog machine right above me right now with some glowing red lights or something like that, just for fun. But that's all it is. That is for fun. That is not the authentic magic. The authentic magic is things like blood rituals. If you're talking about black magic, blood rituals and energy work and things like that, or the use of a grimoire with intent, something along those lines. I do black magic on a regular basis, but it's the real kind. It doesn't require any trappings. I don't need a fucking wand. It's not necessary. The wand is nothing more than an amalgamation of things too, by the way. The pointy sticks that were used by plague doctors, yeah, they were reckoned to be magical in nature. Really, it's because you want to observe the patient without touching them, because they had at least a rudimentary concept of infection and realized that was a bad idea. As well as the stirring sticks, often used by fraudsters within alchemy. They would be sealed with wax at the bottom. You'd put a little bit of gold inside of a hollow spot. Once you put the stick into your boiling whatever, it doesn't really matter what you add to it. Dead frogs, dung, sometimes it differed a little bit. Special water, nitrogen, vinegar, whatever it happened to be, and the wax would melt, the gold would fall out, and then you could say, hey, king, look, I made gold. It's just fraudsterism, just like this is. If you're buying a curse from somebody off of the internet that you don't personally know to be skilled in that sort of thing, just some random person on Etsy, yeah, give me a fucking break, dude. This is hilarious. It's like when Lana Del Rey came out, I cursed Donald Trump. He appears to be in the White House right now and appears to have been saved by certain powers. I wonder where those came from. It turns out that your particular power is non-existent, and some of us that know what we're doing, generally speaking, we're not going to lean to the far left. That's the other thing. I would like to propose that there's actually an overlap between understanding actual magic, ritualism, spiritualism, things associated with that general conglomerate, and being just outside of the norm. Well, liberal and the left, that has become the norm. These people don't know what they're doing. They're a bunch of Wiccans and shit. They say, well, yeah, I'm religious. Jesus was a Democrat. And like stupid shit like that. This is all pretense. It's make-believe. I speak as an expert in this subject. Again, I've probably edited more books than most of these people have actually read in their entire lifetimes, all the way back to grade school. So you'll excuse me if I scoff and guffaw and say, screw you, and curse Charlie Kirk. He probably didn't even perform a ritual. For what little it would be worth anyway. I should put some candles in the background for a video someday. Maybe I'll do that closer to Halloween. I'll have spooky shit in the background. Ooh, I'm going to curse you all. It's spooky woo nonsense. We called them fluff bunnies back in the day. We would call like the hippie Wiccans fluff bunnies. And I think the term is still in use, but it's not as commonly used as before. It means basically, oh, you're into magic, but either you're only doing positive magic, you swear that you're a white witch, or it's just fluff. It's a bunch of bullshit. You don't even understand what you're doing. A tyro, somebody who just doesn't get it. That's about all. Peace out.